Hey, I'm Alex from AlexFromSound.com, and today we're going to make an awesome beat in Garageband. Okay, so first thing I do is I open up a new hip-hop template and immediately go right into setting my BPM to a desired state. For this project, I randomly picked 112 BPMs just to see what I could do with it. I like to jump right into writing a nice melody within the track or layer labeled piano. I hold down the command key and click in the area in front of the piano track so that a place where I can write notes appears. This is called a region. I'll double click this region so I can write some notes in the piano roll. To write notes, I do the same thing that I did to write the region. I hold command and I click. I don't know music theory, so I rely heavily on my ears to write a nice sounding melody of notes. This takes a little bit of practice, but here's what I came up with. Next, I need to add in some epic drums, so I double click the area right underneath the piano to create a new track. I click the electronic drum kit section of the sound library and find a kit that I like. Just like the piano, I'm going to create a new region by holding command and clicking. Let's make a sick beat. Next, I go up to the track called Sweeping Arp. I don't know what a sweeping arp is, or really why they called it a sweeping arp, but it sounds cool, so let's throw it in there. The note I chose for this instrument is the bass key of the beat. This means that it's a comfortable note that can stay the same throughout this beat, and it doesn't have to change if you don't want it to. Next, I throw in some cool little string stabs. I use my ears to work out what notes will sound good, and I lay them down. As for the location of where I lay these stabs down, I think they'd sound good at the end of every 2 bars. I go ahead and jack up the velocity because I want these things to stab as hard as they can. Next, I go back into the piano and I click a button I've never clicked before. This might be the best button I've ever clicked because holy shit, this sounds cool. Next, I click in some bass notes by going to the track labeled Fizzy Layered Bass. I don't like the sound of this bass, so I change it by going into the sound library and clicking the deep synth bass. I hold Command C to copy these exact notes and paste them into the other bass layer called deep sub bass. I head to the track labeled Vox Lead and lay down a nice counter melody that I think fits well with what we have so far. Finally, I start structuring all of the regions. I do a little bit of adding and subtracting with different notes here and there, and I figured I needed what's called a drum fill right before the bass drops. I do this by double-clicking the gray area underneath the Epic Drums track. I go into the sound library again and click drums this time instead of electronic drums. I use the kit called Bluebird, which I think is very nice for tom fills. Lastly, I tweak the structure a little more and save my beautiful project. And that is how I make an awesome beat in Garageband.